Hello, Daniel, can I see your projects? Your voice is faint. I'm connected to my headset, but I can't hear you. Are you far away from the microphone? You are far away. Yeah, it seems like you are far away from the microphone. It's faint. Yeah, you are talking, but the voice is quite faint. And I strongly believe everybody will be struggling to hear you. Do you have an earpiece or headset? Eh? Joseph, can you hear him? Can you hear Daniel? Joseph, can you hear Daniel? Timino,
no, I can't.
You can't. Okay, so it's not from my own end. So everybody can, and Lillian cannot hear you. Okay. Timino is still low. It's still low. So Timino, can you share your screen? Let's know where you are. What have you done? What have you been working on over the weekend? Hmm? Hello. It's still low. Can you get an headset or earpiece? You're using, well, why is it low? It's faint. It's quite faint. Can you talk? Hello, Daniel. Timino, can you share your screen? Okay. Huh? If you what?
My internet connection is bad.
Okay, it's your internet. Okay. Okay. So now let me take you through to my Tumino. Are you ready to share your screen, or I should just move on? Huh? Tumino, are you ready to share your screen, or I should just move on? It's echoing. Okay. So since you don't want to share your screen, okay, so this is what we have at the moment. We're supposed to be more of a Super Mario game. So I was trying to look for different sprites that can work, but think this. So I think we can use this too, right? Uh, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Hello,
Hello, sir.
can you see my screen? Okay, so I'm trying to look for a character that we can use. Something that give us the running effect. So I think we can use this. Well, this is not, and the problem with this is it's not a PNG. Okay, PNG. There's possibility that it will have the white background in it. So what we need is something without a white background. So the Mario, so save one with Mario. So I save with Mario. Then can do, oh, this will not work with Zoom because Steve Mario can do that. So Mario 2. So I'll save the second one with Mario 2. Okay. We've gotten our sprites. Okay, so let's go back to Scratch. And here, so now if you look at, I have two cats here. The problem with the first cat was that the first cat was not touching. So now the idea is for the character to move on the platform, right? So if it touches the green, okay, if it touches the green, we want to give it a sort of a gravity effect, right? So if it's descending, touches the platform, it's going to walk on the platform, okay? The problem we have was that this cat was not walking on this platform. Instead, it was sinking inside and then dropped to the bottom. So remember, like I told you before, that when you are working as a programmer, sometimes when you encounter an issue, to stop back and then think through it, reflect on what could be the possible cause of why you are having error on your program. Okay, so so what I now decided to do was to bring in another sprite. It was to bring in another sprite, and then uh, I tried a different set of code for it. So here, this is the first one. So this controls the movement. Okay, this section of the code, the up, the down movement, which is your, so that's coming down that you're saying. This is what it does. Okay, so this is what This is for, I hope you can still see my screen. So this is for this, the up and the down movement. And then we now have, I think we have several codes. Yeah. So we have several codes. We have, you can see now we define our own block. Okay. So like I said before, that we'll be working with our own block too as time goes on. How do I move this off my screen? Okay. I don't want it to interfere. So now let's go back. Import. So we can go here and then upload sprites. How do I charge? So go to where I say my Mario and then open. So it's important. Yes. So now problem. The problem now is that this thing has a background. So it's our so what I'll just do is reduce the size to 50. So you can see now that there's still a background in it. So what we can do is come to costume. So under costume, you see the white background. So convert to vector. When you convert to a vector or convert to a bitmap, you should see the eraser. Click on the eraser, make it be like 100. Okay, and then you can wipe off the background. You can wipe it off. So you can see now it's taking out the background out. So this is how to remove background. But you have to be careful so that it doesn't clean out the sprite too. So I'm trying to be careful. So we clean. Okay, then you come to the cart gradually, and then we take out. I hope you can still see my screen, right? Hope you guys can see you guys can see what I'm doing.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, so you clean out carefully. That's how I'm showing you how to remove a background so that in case sometimes there are times where you need to work on a project, but you don't want to use the sprites that you already have in the sprite to create your data. You can use Google to download images or whatever you want, import it. So let me take out this. So this may not be perfect because of time. So we are going inside it so that you don't clean out the major part of the character. You reduce the size of your eraser too. So you can take it down to 50, make it smaller. So you can see now that I'm already cutting out some parts. So I'm cutting out some parts, but it's not obvious. Sorry, I'm outside though, so I can't like really see my screen that much. So in case I'm cutting out a lot of parts, the sun is too much where I am, so so hey. So you can I'm eating into the okay. So use like to maybe 30. Okay. So the next thing is to create a backdrop. So here inside there, I've done a backdrop already. So I created a backdrop. So if you can see, I already have a backdrop here. Okay. Uh, so which is more like a platform. So let me show you how to achieve this. So the first thing you do, come here, you know how to select your colors. You can do this. Okay, select the box, select right, bring it down, make it lighter a bit. Okay, and then you just draw a big box around it. Okay, so you've done that. You don't have to use the same color as mine. Draw the lower platform, bring it, so you have that, and then you draw the top part of it. Okay, so you can see, and once you're done, you can bring it out. Okay, and then drag it inside it a bit. All right, so now this is too close by. Okay, so I'm to click on this select tool and move it out a bit. So I have enough space for my this thing to, for my cat to fly through. Okay, and I can bring this one out a bit. Maybe further increase it. Oh, this is too long. I think this is fine. Okay, so now the next thing is to draw the green. So this green part that I have, go back here. Okay, I will go back here. I'll come back, change this to green. First to make it lighter, come down, and change it to this shade of green. Okay, yeah. Remember, then I'll just come here and then so take it down. I hope you guys are following along. So take it down. Okay, so now there's a problem because this is sinking down. But we want this part to show. We want it to show a bit. So it means we have to further take this guy up. Okay, and then we can now bring our guy here out, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Okay, so we have our green platform already. Now the next thing we need to do is to create is to create that box effect. The box effect that you see here that makes it look like grass or the ground is not balanced. So in order to do that, I'm just going to, this still on the box, just create square, small square, okay, and then rotate it to 45 degree. Yeah, this way, okay. So since I've done that, I'll come here, okay, click on this, click on copy and paste. So it creates a clone. So I'll just paste, keep pasting, pasting like 10. Okay. So I'll come to this place, drag it to balance. Okay. So this is I hope you guys are following along. Hello. Please let me know if where you are confused. Huh? Okay. So you do this. So these are some of the techniques that you can use to create your own backdrop. Okay. So okay, okay, you guys can just continue to. Let me try and get my PC plug before it goes off.
Daniel, are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Tuminino, are you following?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
We
Yeah,
can hear you.
okay. Yeah, where are we? Where are we now?
I'm not making the grass.
Huh?
I'm still making the grass.
Okay. Timinino, where are you? Timinino,
Yes, sir.
where are you? Where are you now?
So I'm using my mom's phone. I can't get scratch on it.
What's every time? I've never seen your I've not seen your project for a very long time. What's going on? Hello, Timinino, I'm asking you a question. What's good? We've not seen your project for a long time. What's going on? How are we sure that you are following along with what we are doing? Hmm? Hello. Timinino, I'm talking to you. How are we sure that you are following along with what we've been doing since? Hmm?
So I can't hear you.
I said, how are we sure that you have been following through with all that we've been doing? Because we've not seen your project for a very long time. So you need to tell us what is going on. So how do you want us to trust you now that you are following through? Hmm? You see me, right? Okay, so are we good? So I think for the sake of this sprite, we need to move this guy up. Okay. Okay. Are we good? To this.
No, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
I can't say you. Can we go back?
Yes, sir.
No.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay. So now, since you have the sprite already here in the pico, so now this thing I did, okay, okay. So the first thing you did, now remember, right? Green flag controls everything, okay? The green flag controls everything. So the first thing you are going to do, bring out a green flag, and then you already know most of this thing, but this is not the primary. Okay, this is not the primary. So now the most important part is pay attention to this part here, and pay attention to this part. Now here you have what is called a defined block. Okay, you have what is called a defined block. Now, like I said before, is so you've started creating your own block and how to use your own block in a project. Okay, so now under my block, if I click on this, you see up and down. Okay, this is my own defined block. So you can click on make a block. So once you click on make a block, it's bring this out. Okay, so now take notes. The first block I have is up and down. Okay, up slash down. So I'll come here and I'll do up. Okay, I'll do up slash down movement. Okay, so I've done that. So I've created a function. Okay, now what variable or what input do I want to? Do I want to give my block an input? Yes. Now, so inside here, I'm not clicking. That's the problem. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Eh? Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Are you serious? Can you see my screen now? Huh? Hello, can you see my screen now? Okay. Can you see make a block? Huh? Okay. Now click make a block. Click on make a block. Have you done that? Huh? Okay, so when you click on make a block, what are the things that you see? Huh? Okay, so now where you have that block name, okay? Where you have that, no, not add input yet. Where you have that block name, can you see where you have block name? Can you see my this thing now? You can see my block field now, Abby. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'll just cancel this and then I'll write up slash down movement. Okay, now I won't click OK first. The next thing is, what do I want to add? Okay, what do I want to add? So I'll come here and do I'll add an input and I'll call it jump height. Jump height. Okay. And then I'll add another input. Other inputs. So I'll add another input, say, I can call it fall speed. Okay, I can call it fall speed. That's how the speed of when the sprite is falling. Okay, and then I'll come here, or you can call it jump speed or whatever. You can call it jump speed or fall speed. But you call it like fall speed because it's dropping from the top to bottom. So you come here, you click on this run without screen refresh. Okay, and then you click OK. Now, when you click OK, you can, this thing is defined. Okay, my variable is defined already. Okay, but I don't want this guy because I already have it defined here. So I'll just remove it. Okay, so I'll just take it out. Now, the first thing that you need to do is create a variable called x velocity and y velocity. Okay, or if you don't call it velocity, you can call it x speed and y speed. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, are you there? Huh?
I've created the variable
How many?
4.
One.
X velocity.
Up the
X velocity.
Okay, you created a variable called up velocity,
X velocity.
x velocity. Have you done for the y? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now if you have done for the y, so the next thing is you bring your y, bring your change y under motion. You bring your change y under motion. Now let me explain something. Now, remember I told you, I did mention before in our previous class that this pink, this fuchsia pink here is, it is also known as function, right? It is also known as function. Now, if you've put everything in here, if you've put everything in here without calling it somewhere, it will not work. Now you can write 100 lines of syntax or code here without you calling without you calling this up, these two blocks somewhere in your code here or somewhere else, it will not work. If you like write from Monday tomorrow, it will not work. So that's how function works. When you create a function, you need to make a function call somewhere and say, okay, okay. So all this place, just like you defining variables and then giving it value, okay. But for you to now make it work, you need to call it somewhere around this part. So the first thing you do is you do your y. Okay. When you do your change y, you don't want to do that. Then you do your change y. You are changing the y by the y velocity. Okay. So So divided by the y velocity.
Can I do exactly what you
Can you, sorry, that's the problem. I can't hear you.
can I do exactly what
Exactly what I did. Eh? Hello? Huh? Can you type your message? Yes. So now, yeah, thing is here now. Okay. So let me explain because there are some parts that might be you. Now here. Okay. So let me just carry this code now to this guy. Okay. So it is there. What I need? What do I need from here? I need this guy at this point. I need this guy. Okay. And yeah, I think for now, those are the two blocks I need. Yeah. So now this guy, right? Now the color code there, they are different. Okay. So what I want to do is if touching, and I'll come here. If touching color code, okay, this is what I want. Take this guy out, duplicate this and put it here. Okay, so you see, so I'm telling it if touching this guy, do this. Now let me bring out this code so that you understand, you have a clarity of what we are doing here. Okay, so if I don't bring it out like this, you won't understand what is going on. Now, what is ceiling? Now, there's a function in mathematics called ceiling or ceil. So a ceiling is when you round off a number to the nearest whole number. Okay, so you can either round it up to 0 or you round it up to a higher value. Okay, so maybe when you are having like a negative number or decimal and you need to round it to a whole number, that's when you use ceil. Okay, so what we are saying is we don't know because at this point now, if you look at this level, if you look at my screen, you can see something like -3, whatever, right? Because not okay, velocity. You see minus, right? See different negative numbers, minus, whatever minus. So now the thing here is that whenever this thing is negative, I need to round it up. Okay, I need to round it up. So I'm telling it repeat for ceil of absolute. So absolute is number, but since this velocity random number, what we don't know what number is going to come next. So we are telling it okay of the absolute number of the bit using. And remember, like what I said is we are moving a bit beyond we are known for. Okay, we go like deeper. a bit. So there are some things that will be a little bit confusing, but I'll try as much as possible to like break it down to your own understanding and to you people's understanding. Lost. So you have math functions, which already explained. So you have a square root, you have sine, cosine, tan, and all that. So you have log and you have a base 10 and all that. You have floor and absolute. So here we are using the ceiling. And we are telling it that, okay, round it off to the nearest whole number. And then what is the absolute number of the velocity, which we don't know. Okay, which we don't know. So we bring that into this. Okay. And then the next thing is if touching. Now, why do we use if touching? If touching this, what should happen? Change y by what? Now, let me bring this one out for you again. So what you have here is what? Is the multiplication table. Not multiplication table. It's multiplication. And we have, so the first thing we have is division. Now we want to take the velocity, okay? We want to take the velocity and then divide it by the absolute velocity, because now we can have like negative and positive velocity, right? So we want to take the velocity of the character at that point and then divide it to the absolute velocity. So this is what we are doing. And then we are telling it that, okay, we want to multiply this. Okay, we want to multiply the entire thing by -1. Okay, so we want to multiply the entire thing by -1. So which like for the speed, okay, which reduces, so whatever you have in the velocity, divide by the absolute velocity multiplied by -1. So that just help you reduce or control your gravity effect, how fast or how slow the sprite drops. Okay, so you bring that into this y. Okay, once you do that, remember inside here what you have is an if else block. Okay, so once you do that, you put your repeat. Okay, so you put your repeat inside it. Okay, so after your repeat block, you are saying if this happens, do this. Okay, else we want you to do this velocity. Okay, and then you bring your if
Hello. Are we done for the day? Okay, Mr. Roland is back. Mr. Roland, are you done? Tuminunu, are you okay? Daniel, are you okay? Do you guys have questions? Daniel, your voice is so faint today. We can hardly hear you. Are you guys hearing me? Okay. Mr. Roland, are you done? Okay, I think he's done. He's left. Daniel, do you have questions? Tuminunu. Tumi.
Hello?
Hello.
Is he having a problem?
No, I didn't hear your voice again, so I wanted to know if you are through.
Okay, so my internet went, so
Okay.
internet has finished.
Oh, it is well.
So yeah. So let me just explain this part. So by Wednesday, we would have gotten, so this project is a huge project. Oh. It can take like before we can finish what, but I think I'll just stop. I'll just do a part, okay? I'll just do a part so that we can move to other things, and then we'll come back and then finish it. So hopefully by Wednesday, we should have gotten somewhere. But I believe by the end of this week, we should be able to finish with this one. So, and then one other thing is Daniel.
Sir?
So I hope you are listening. So get ready, because by Saturday, you'll be doing your presentation. So your presentation is, you'll be teaching the class. So you should start thinking on a project that you are going to, and then you are going to do you are going to start thinking of a project you are going to create. So you use the project to teach the rest of the class. So after you is going to be Joseph. After Joseph is Timininu. So every Saturday, one of you will have something to do. So I think I've informed you now ahead of time. Today is Monday, so you have an extra 5, Abby. Yeah, you have extra 5 days to get something up before Saturday. So Saturday, you'll be teaching the rest of the class and myself. Okay, is that clear? Hello. That's okay. We are clear, Abby. Okay. So now, let's quickly do this and then we'll round up. So now the first thing I did here was to bring out the operator. So in the operator block, I bring out and then not. So put this, the first one, and then P space in the second one, okay? And I bring, if the velocity is greater, it's not, so we'll do this, and then we bring it in, okay? So we are saying, okay, yes?
I can't hear a thing.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what's here? I have this. You already know what these blocks, where these blocks are coming from. They are coming from the operator block. Okay. So the first thing I did was to bring out the and then bring out a not, and say, okay, if y velocity, okay, if y velocity, okay, if y velocity is greater than 0 and this is pressed, okay, and space bar is pressed, or yeah, space bar is pressed, set y velocity to jump height. So the way we get the jump height from is come here, take this out, and then snap it in, okay? And then set the velocity back to 0. So this goes in here. Okay, so now what this does is, we are saying, okay, if the character is midway, okay, if the character is midway, whenever we click on our space bar, okay, whenever we click on our space bar and the character touches the green, the floor or the green grass, we want it to remain at the edge of it. It shouldn't sink down. So that's what this velocity pattern does. Okay, that's what it does. So they are very much, the concept is like is simple, but because of your level, it might prove to be like a little bit difficult. Okay, so the more you work on it, the better you become. Okay, so I mean, sooner or later, most of these things that you are seeing to become nothing to, it will be nothing to you. Okay, so then we come here, take, and then you put your, you know how to do this. Okay. You already know how to do, so this shouldn't be them. So you just set the first, you set the up movement to -1. So if you set the up movement -1, your character should fall to the, so you can, so that my character is falling, is already falling, but it cannot go, these other ones can go left and right, but this one cannot go left and right because I'm not programmed for it. So I think we can stop here now. By next class, we will continue. Any question?
No, sir, but don't use section.
There's no question.
Yes, sir.
Timinunu, do you have a question?
No, sir.
Okay, so we are good, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay. I'll be sending the recorded class, the records to us so that we can use it to practice. Daniel, prepare for Saturday, right? No. You don't have question. Were you practicing? Okay, you said the system you are using doesn't have scratch. I send the recording today. Make sure you use it to practice. So if you have questions, you can ask in the next class.
Okay, ma'am.
All right. See you guys soon. Have a good evening, everybody.